Welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! Today I have 4 twine projects. This is for a challenge, Twine It Up, hosted by Creations by Favi. I'll tell you about that soon, but let's get right into these DIYs. This first DIY is a little jar that I got out of the craft section at Dollar Tree. I just start by putting a little bead of hot glue, and I'm starting on the top of the jar and I'm keeping the lid on, and you'll see why. And I'm just going to start wrapping it right around the top. You don't need a lot of hot glue. The more hot glue you have, the more smearing you're going to get, so less is better. And I'm going to speed this up for you guys here and there because it's a lot of twine today, so get ready. And then I go one line at a time, and you can see here a little cheat. I found out if you hot glue just on the corners when you're on the edge like that, it still holds down. So there was my little cheat to saving me some hot glue. And I'm just gonna keep going, and there is really no rhyme or reason to this. Here I just put a little bead of glue right in the center, and I am going to twirl it around, and I'm going to just keep wrapping and then do a little bead of hot glue and then wrap. And I'm going to keep doing this like a spiral effect. Now don't worry about my fingers. 1, I have the fingernails. 2, I have neuropathy. My fingers are nice and rough, but make sure you wear a little protector if you are doing this. And then right on the edge here, you guys can see I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going nice and slow so I don't move it too much, and I'm just going right around the edge. And I'm almost done here, you're gonna see. And you could have left this blank if you wanted to, or painted it, but I really wanted it to have all twine on it. I thought it was gonna look really nice. Again, this is for my dog snacks. And then I just cut it off and hot glued the last piece right down so there's no scraggly pieces. And then I just clean it up a little bit with my heat gun to melt any of the extra glue and get that pieces away with the flames. And now here we're gonna make some bone. So I'm doing almost the same thing I did on the top. I'm just making like a spiral effect, and so I'm doing this on wax paper. Hot glue does not stick to wax paper, so it holds it down for a minute so I can get the shape, but when you're done you can just lift it right off. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just hot gluing and spinning, hot gluing and spinning, and I had drew a little bone there just to give myself the shape that I wanted. So I'm gonna make 4 of these little circles to be the ends of my dog bone. And maybe there's an easier way of doing this. I'm not sure. This is how I did it, and I did 4 of them. And then I put a little bit of hot glue on the edge, and I hot glue them together to make the ends of the bones. And now this is just what I figured out. I'm just gonna hot glue it and wrap it and hot glue it and wrap it, and I just keep doing that until I get the shape that I want. Maybe there's an easier way, I'm not sure. But I love how it came out. I think it's super cute. And again, I just added more hot glue where I thought I needed it, and then put a little bit of the twine down. All the twine I'm using today is from the dollar store. I think this is super cute, and you could do whatever shape you wanted. After I cut it, I just hot glued that little piece down, and now I can fill up my snacks for the dogs, and I'm gonna hot glue this bone right to my container. How adorable is this? Oh my goodness. This makes me want to twine everything up in my house because this is just too darling. Oh my goodness. Let me know down in the comments what you think. This is a recurring monthly challenge, Twine It Up, hosted by my friend Fanny from Creations by Favi. And today's co-host is Jamie, the crafty DIY guy. We were to make projects containing twine as the main material. I've never done one of these before, and I'm really excited. There's a playlist, and I can't wait to see what everyone creates. Check out the hosts and co-hosts. Their links are down in my description as well as the playlist. Let's head back into the DIYs. I'm pretty sure my husband brought this home from a clean out, so it was free. Right here I have some Mod Podge and my Folk Art Teal Aqua. And I'm just mixing it up because I'm going to paint that mirror that you can see down there. And I didn't really like the color, so I added a little bit more Mod Podge, and it was great. And what this did was it got rid of obviously the mirror look, but it made it super durable. So whatever I put inside of this on the bottom, it's not going to scratch it up. And now I just start with the twine, and I hot glue the twine down first, and then I just start wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it. And let me tell you, this was so long and so tedious, and I didn't put any TV shows on because I like to meditate when I do my crafts. So this is a perfect time to meditate. Just quiet yourself and twine away. And I did do the hot glue on the back every time I needed to hot glue something. That way you didn't see it in the front. And it was really hard to show you guys everything I did, so I just showed you the pertinent parts. And here I am. I'm just gonna go along, and I did have to cut it a few times just so I could move to the next piece. I couldn't really fit the twine through those little spaces there. And that's really it for this. And now I'm gonna put rope on the bottom, so not twine. I might be breaking rules here. You guys know I don't like rules. But I wasn't about to twine this entire bottom, and I really thought it would look nice with the rope. So all I'm doing here, I'm in the inside, and I'm hot gluing a whole line, and then I hold the rope down. This rope is not from the dollar store. This is a very nice rope I got from Ace Hardware on clearance. I love this rope. It is very silky and easy to maneuver, even though it's super thick. And I'm just gonna go along the entire inside. I do leave the top centimeter not filled in, so that way I can do that at the end and try to tie it all in together. So I opened up the rope there, you can see, and that way underneath my fingers you'll see it. There it is. That way when it's time to wrap around, it's not a huge bulk, and you'll see that. So and then I just start going, and this had little legs, so I really just went right to the edge, and I really wanted to not have any white showing except for obviously the hooks and the part for the earrings. And I'm just gonna keep going around, and you could have painted this and maybe added some ribbon or, you know, whatever fabric you wanted. I really wanted the rope. We're doing a boho theme in our bedroom, so this jewelry piece is going in my bedroom. Who knows when the bedroom's gonna be done, but we're gonna get it done, and I'm gonna have a jewelry piece ready to go. And so here we are now, and I wanna cover up that white part, so I put the hot glue right on the top of that white part, and I'm kind of like connecting the two ropes, the inside rope and the outside rope. That way everything's covered, and it has as best of a seamless look that I could get. So after I cut it, I'm just gonna hot glue down the end, and a little bit was still kind of bumping up, so I just hot glued it, and then I'm just gonna push it in as much as I can, and then I'm gonna use my little tool there and just smear it. That way it's done, it's not going anywhere. And how adorable is this? Oh my goodness. This is like so boho and so cute, and definitely not my style, but it could be. I really love this. And the camera changed the color of that teal. Not sure how that happened, but it's a very pretty teal color. I love this. If you're new to my channel or coming over from the challenge, welcome. We like to do Dollar Tree crafts, DIY, gifts and decor, thrift flipping, and more. If you like these kind of videos, please consider subscribing and joining our family. If you are returning, thank you. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. You can also find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom. This is the easiest project ever. This is a diffuser from the dollar store. I've actually never seen these little guys there before. Super cute. I emptied out the oil just so I wouldn't spill it on myself, obviously. And I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. I just hot glue. I start in the bottom and I do a nice little layer just so it doesn't dry before I can get to it. And I'm just gonna put the twine right over it and then roll it to the next spot. Right there, I did that same thing where I just put the twine over the other piece just so it's not a big lump, but you do whatever makes you happy. That's just how I like to do it. And I'm getting around to the top here, so I'm just going nice and slow so nothing moves. Sometimes it can roll a little bit and then you miss like a whole section, so just go slow, take your time, meditate, do whatever you want, watch a movie, watch TV, whatever you want. So now I'm right on the edge, and I did want to do, this came with a cap and I did take the cap off. I wanted the whole thing to be twined up, and so I'm just gonna go around the entire lid part. And I did have a little difficulty. I used the oil, I put the oil back in and somehow it spilled, and so you guys are gonna see that. I'm just cleaning up the scragglies with a little bit of flames, and there it is. So you can see the two-tone there. That's just because I spilled the oil going back in, but other than that, this is so cute, and I actually like the two-tone, so that's a happy accident for me. How adorable is this? I even like the extra glue hanging out. I don't know, it's cute. I like it. Now this is a plant I was given by the kids of Boho, and it's just a plain regular plant here, and it's just, you know, it's just plain. So I have some glue, and I'm going to add some glue droplets to the bottom and to the sides of the planter. And then, I don't know if you guys have been to Walmart lately, but Walmart has these super thick bags. And so I cut some holes on the bottom of it, and I'm going to use this as my liner for my planter. And so after I finagle it in there, I cut off all the extra. And I do want to make sure that you can't see this, so I'm hot gluing the plastic right to the other plastic. So you definitely want to be careful you don't melt anything, and it is hot, so use your finger protectors if you need it. I'm using rope to start out. This is just the, I think it's 𝚕𝚎𝚘, I'm not sure. It's that kind of rope. I get this at Walmart, and I'm doing the inside first. That way it'll be as seamless as possible. And then I'm now heading on the outside, so I'm just taking my time because I'm on the lip here and I don't want it to roll. And I just go one layer at a time. Once I get past this plastic that's hanging over there, I'm gonna use the twine. I thought the plastic would be too lumpy with the twine and it would be really noticeable, but this rope is really thick, and that's why I wanted to cover up that plastic. You'll see what I do. Let's keep watching. And so here I'm just putting the hot glue on the actual rope, and then I'm going to keep going, only so that way everything is seamless and nothing, you know, gets loose and moves around. So once it's ended here, I start my twine, and this is the back of the planter, so everything that if I make a little mistake, it's all in the back and you won't see it. I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. We're just going to hot glue and wrap twine. That's the name of the game, guys. Let's do this. Keep going and going. If you didn't have carpal tunnel before, you definitely have it now. So I just did a couple of rows. I wanted to add some other colors. You're gonna see. I didn't want to go too crazy here with the twine. And then I use my flames and I just get all the scraggly guys before I get to my next one, because I'm using that white rope. This white rope I find in the hardware section at Dollar Tree. So I definitely don't need to use the flames on it, and that's why I did the flames ahead of time so I wouldn't burn this white rope. And this I'm just gonna keep going, and I do the same thing where I just put a bead of hot glue in a strip and then I just lay it down with my finger. And now I'm gonna go back with the twine. It is the Twine Up Challenge, and so I'm gonna keep going. And I think this came out super cute. Now this planter is super heavy. This was very light before. It is super heavy now. And then I just frayed up the bottom a little bit, so that way when I go around the second time, it's not a big lump, if that makes sense. I've done it a couple times here. That's just how I like to do it. You can do it however you want. I'm just trying to eliminate a big lump when you go around for that second time and they connect. So you can see I just went right over it like that and you could barely notice it. That's it for my twine projects today. Down in the comments, let me know your favorite. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed and you were inspired, please consider subscribing. When you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Don't forget to check out my community tab to look out for my next live and upcoming challenges. We will not be live this Saturday due to my son's party, but we will find a day to hang out and catch up. Another way to support my channel is buymeacoffee.com. My link is down in my description. Also down in my description is links to all the supplies I used. Thank you, Favi and Jamie, for such a fun challenge. You can follow along the playlist. You can find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom. I hope you guys have a great end of the week and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.